The time is now 5:52 on this Wednesday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
If you're driving through Spooner today, be ready for some detours. So WisDOT crews will be making girder repairs to the southbound Highway 53 bridge, making northbound of Highway 63 to close from 9 to 11 a.m. today. Detours will be posted. Also, the shoulder on northbound Highway 63 will also be closed for much of the day, starting at 7 a.m. For additional work on Pier 2 columns, work will last until 4 p.m. today and until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Officials say you should plan extra time for your commute and expect some delays.
This morning, we're learning more about a deadly incident on an Iron Range lake yesterday. It happened around 3:30 p.m. on Shannon Lake, north of Hibbing. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office, authorities received reports of an overturned canoe and a body floating nearby. Multiple agencies responded and recovered the body of 76-year-old Louis Vadel of Chisholm. We're told Vadel told family members yesterday he was going to check the wild rice on the lake, which he'd done for years. The case remains under investigation, but foul play is not suspected.
A house fire claimed the lives of two pets north of Cloquet. This was the scene around 2 p.m. yesterday on Crosby Road in Solway Township. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office, the owner of this home left for an hour to go to Cloquet. When they returned, the house and a camper were engulfed with flames. Both are considered a total loss. No people were hurt, but the two dogs inside were found dead. No word yet on a cause.
We now know the name of the man who died Monday after jumping from the high falls at Tetagooch State Park. Authorities say 54-year-old Gregory Cornea of Edina jumped from the top of the high falls on the Baptism River Monday morning. According to the Lake County Sheriff's Office, Cornea likely hit his head on the rocks near the base of the falls and didn't resurface. He was visiting the area with his family at the time. His body was found by search teams Monday afternoon.
Several Northland projects are getting a share of more than $1 million to help clean up contamination. In Duluth, the state awarded more than $440,000 to clean up the site of Goodwill's new training and resource center in Atlas Industrial Park out west. In Two Harbors, though, they'll get $50,000 to fix up the former J&J casting site, which is slated to be turned into a hotel with restaurants and an event space. Over in Virginia, the area near the Pohacky lumber yard will get a $100,000 tune-up, allowing that company to expand and add 13 new jobs as well. And over in Floodwood, $50,000 will help turn 127 acres into new housing.
Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center leaders want your feedback as they plan for the future. The DEC announced a series of listening sessions around the region to gather input on both future programming and capital investment priorities. All the feedback collected will be presented to the DEC's Board of Directors. The first listening session is Monday afternoon at Tetagooch State Park. There's another Tuesday at Virginia's Iron Trail Motors Event Center, and the last one's at the DEC a week from Thursday.